The most powerful weapon in the world isn't a nuclear bomb. It's a machine you've never heard of, built by a company you don't know, in a country you wouldn't expect. This single machine holds the kill switch to our entire modern world. And right now, the world's superpowers are fighting a silent war to control it. To understand this war, you must first understand the weapon. It's called an EUV lithography machine, and it is, without exaggeration, the most complex creation humanity has ever built. Forged by a single secretive company in the Netherlands, ASML. Each machine costs over $200 million and requires 40 shipping containers just to move it. Inside, it performs what can only be described as a technological miracle. Using lasers hotter than the surface of the sun, it vaporizes tiny droplets of molten tin, creating a beam of light so precise, it can carve circuits 1,000 times thinner than a single strand of your hair. It is the modern-day Excalibur, the one sword that forges the future. Because without this machine, you cannot build the advanced microchips that power everything. No iPhone 17, no NVIDIA GPUs for AI, no brains for fighter jets, satellites, or quantum supercomputers. Nothing. And yet, only one company on Earth can build it. They are the silent kingmakers of the 21st century, the unseen rulers of the modern world. So, who wields this sword? For the last 2 decades, one company has perfected the craft of chip making, becoming the undisputed master of this microscopic world. That company is TSMC, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. They are the world's master craftsmen. In cleanrooms brighter than an operating theater, engineers move like surgeons, shaping the future atom by atom. The brilliant architects at Apple and NVIDIA dream up the designs, but it is TSMC that brings those dreams to life. Today, over 90% of the world's most advanced chips are born in their factories in Taiwan, and that is the Achilles heel of our entire global civilization. The brains of our world, the engines of our future, are all being built in a handful of buildings on one of the most politically sensitive and dangerous islands on Earth. Our entire digital existence is balanced on a knife's edge. A single blockade, a single conflict, and the production of every advanced electronic device on the planet stops.
For years, this fragile balance held, but one nation's ambition changed the game forever: China. With its grand plan to become the world's undisputed tech leader, China began a relentless quest to build its own semiconductor empire. This was not a request for a seat at the table. This was a declaration that they were coming to own the table. In Washington, D.C., the alarm bells weren't just ringing, they were screaming. The United States, the architect of the digital age, realized it was on the verge of losing its crown. A rival controlling the world's chip supply wasn't a business problem, it was a national security nightmare. And so, the Shadow War began. America's first move was decisive and brutal, a technological chokehold. It used its immense influence to forbid ASML from selling its crown jewel machines to China. It then banned its own companies like Nvidia from selling their most powerful AI chips to any Chinese entity. The message was unmistakable. You will not use our creations to overtake us. But a blockade wasn't enough. To break its own dangerous dependency on Taiwan, the US made a multi-billion-dollar gamble. The CHIPS Act, a historic bet to bring the lost art of chip-making home before it's too late. A desperate race against time to rebuild its own fortress of silicon.
This is the great game for the 21st century. It is not fought with soldiers, but with scientists and strategists. Its battlefields are not fields of mud, but sterile clean rooms, where the slightest speck of dust can derail the future. China is pouring unimaginable sums of money to break the chokehold, racing to invent its own way out of the technological prison. America is betting everything on its legacy of innovation and its powerful alliances to stay one step ahead. The era of peaceful globalization is over. The race for technological supremacy is here. This is a story about more than just tiny electronics. It's a story about power, about survival, and about the control of our collective destiny. The future will not be televised. It will be fabricated on a microscopic battleground of silicon, and the war for that future is happening right now.
The next chapter of the future is coming. Subscribe and don't fall behind.